Hello children, today we are going to revise our forest and wildlife resources unit using a mind map concept. A mind map is a visual learning technique that shows relationships among the subtopics and the whole concept or a topic. So, with the help of mind map, the person will be able to understand the interlinks between each and every concept. That is how each and every subtopic is getting interlinked or associated to each other. Using a mind map, the person will be able to revise in a very quick way, and there are no chance for any important point to get missed during the learning process. Mind mapping improves the creativity of that particular individual. Thus, mind map helps in quick understanding of a concept. Now, I have created my own mind map for the forest and wildlife resources lesson. The flow of the mind map depends on each individual's creativity, but the concept won't change. Only the structure of the mind map differs from individual to individual because everybody's creativity is different. But the concept has to remain the same. Structure may vary, concept should remain the same. Now, this is the mind map I have created to revise the entire lesson briefly. I have not gone deep. I have just revised it briefly. This is only for revision purpose. Forest and wildlife resources. So I have drawn certain forests depicting the forest and wildlife resources. Birds and an elephant. These icons can be used by you for your understanding. If you are able to understand without an icon, well and good. But if you are using icons like this or any symbols, you will be able to understand it in a very quick way. This is application of these symbols or icons in a particular mind map is individual's wish. This is not, these icons are not compulsory, but the flow should be correct. Only if the flow is correct, the concept is done in a right way. Okay, the structure may vary, but the flow should be correct. Only then the concept will be same. When we are moving to the introduction, what is biodiversity? Biodiversity means bio means living organisms. We are having various species of living organisms that includes plants and animals. Flora, all the plants and trees comes under flora. All the animal species comes under fauna. So I have drawn two icons for my understanding. Then this is within a particular habitat. I have drawn the particular habitat depicted with the help of dotted lines. Here, since our topic revolves around forest, I have drawn this, I have considered this particular habitat as forest. Then when human is getting involved with the plants and animal species, they three form together a system called as ecological system. Ecological system means it is the interaction of living and non-living organisms. How did non-living organisms come here? That is because of the human's environment. Okay, but see, when you consider the connections of these, all these three are connected because flora and fauna are very much important for the humankind. That is why I have connected these three. Okay. Next, if you consider with the threat means warning which the biodiversity faces. What kind of a threat that is faced? It is the depletion of resources. So what are the causes for the depletion? Natural cause and man-made cause or human cause. Natural cause is because of natural disaster, so that cannot be prevented. That has to be managed by the proper forces. That is, government has to take necessary action for management of these resources to prevent the depletion. Now, if you consider the man-made If you consider the man-made reasons, it is because of the human activities like deforestation. That is why I have drawn an icon here like cutting down of trees. Half-cut trees I have drawn. Then the reasons for deforestation are mining, jhum cultivation and projects. But jhum cultivation here means I have told you the tribal people, they settle in a place. Then if they cultivate their crops, if they are ready to shift or if they are planning to shift, they will just fire the place or burn up the place and they will shift. That is, they will cultivate. If they are ready to shift, they will burn up the land and then they will shift. So this continues as a cyclic process. So that is denoted by the arrow here. Shift, fire, shift, fire. This is a continuous process by the tribes, jhum cultivation or shifting cultivation. Then projects like river valley projects, agricultural projects, railway projects, etc. Commercial research projects, they also are the causes for the deforestation, which comes under the human activities. Then types of forest, if you see, there are 3 types of forest: reserved, protected and unclassed. Reserved forest, it is only meant for production of forest products. Then protected forest, furthermore depletion of resources should be prevented in the protected forest. That is why it has the name called as protected. That is why I have underlined that name, underlined the word protected, and no entry for illegal activities. Then unclassed forests are the inaccessible forests or the wastelands. Next, moving on to the conservation. How will you conserve these resources? Conservation means protection. These conservation of natural resources can be done by establishing national parks, botanical gardens and wildlife sanctuaries. Moving on to community and conservation, we need people help also to protect the natural resources. So as I already explained in that video, the tribals will be helping in the conservation and they are referred to as community here. So community refers to the tribal people. That is why I have drawn depicting people. They are joining hands together to conserve the natural resources as tree. Certain tribes cooperate with the government to help in conserving the natural resources or wildlife resources. Certain tribes won't cooperate with the government. When they cooperate with the government, these tribes and government together formed the JFM, Joint Forest Management. So these involves conservation activities where villages of certain tribal areas also help the forest department in conserving the natural resources. That is why I have drawn villages here and government officials here. They are together protecting the natural resources or forest resources here. When it is done by tribes only, these tribes conserve the natural resources by framing their own set of rules and regulations without the involvement of any government or any forest officials, forest department officials. Now, this is the full view of my mind map for our lesson forest and wildlife resources. This is a very basic mind map for the entire lesson. If you are asked to mind map for any particular topic, that must go with deep points. Thank you.